Inside the Magic, covering Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Universal Studios, and more. We know fun.
Inside the Magic, and I'm here.
This video is sponsored by our friends at WDW Magazine. Hello, I'm Sean Spazzato with Inside the Magic, reporting to you from Disney's Magic Kingdom, here at Walt Disney World, for this week's Inside Walt Disney World. Today is Thursday, August 23rd, and as you can tell, I am here with you at Magic Kingdom, starting my day off to give you guys a look around this park. And as you can tell, it is definitely Halloween season here. Just from looking at all these incredible decorations in front of us. And then later today, I will be making my way over to Epcot to give you guys some updates as well over in that park. And before I continue, I just want to say for anyone who is new to this channel, welcome to Inside the Magic. On this channel, we cover everything theme parks, whether it's Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Universal Studios Florida, and Hollywood, and so much more. So please be sure to subscribe and enable your notifications for all of our videos so you never miss out. But anyway, now please sit back and relax as I give you a look around Walt Disney World this week. To begin, I have to start with all of these amazing Halloween/fall decorations that can be found here on Main Street, USA, here at Magic Kingdom. I just want to give you guys just a look at some of them because obviously there is a lot as it goes all the way from the very front of the park to the end of Main Street USA. But just to give you guys a few, I really want to show you guys these incredible Mickey pumpkin wreaths, which are so incredible. And then also this amazing collection of scarecrows, which for those of you who maybe have never been to Magic Kingdom during the fall Halloween time, these are here every year, and they're always positioned right around this flagpole here in the main square of Main Street, USA. And it's just this fun decoration I think everyone looks forward to here every year during this time. And this area is so full of such amazing detail, as it is honestly for every holiday change, whether it's Christmas or whatnot. This area is just full of amazing decorations, and I just want to give you guys some looks in this area because they're just, I don't know, I think whenever I think of fall, I always think of the decorations that are going to be coming here to Magic Kingdom. And for those of you who are not familiar, right now Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party has kind of just begun, as it just kicked off for the first time this past Friday. And so obviously these decorations kind of aid with that party as well, but it's awesome to see all these things are already up. Now, of course, I know it is a little early as it is only August and Halloween does take place at the very end of October. And so I know a lot of people are maybe a little unsure of this quick change to the Halloween season. I think it's really just for the Disney fans who aren't able to be here during October or even into late September, whether it's their kids are in school or work or whatever else that prohibits it. Now people who are here for the summer months have that ability to come and enjoy the Halloween festivities, and they get to see this awesome change in decorations as well, which I admire Disney for doing that, because I think it does give people more opportunity to see this, because unfortunately it is such a quick period of time all of this can exist here in the park. And I think for them to expand into the earlier months before Halloween, I think it just opens up the opportunity for everyone. So I just want to give you guys this quick look to show you guys all the amazing decorations here at Magic Kingdom, because they are honestly amazing, and I just had to make this my first stop. For my next stop, I am in the Emporium on Main Street, USA, to give you guys a look at some of the Halloween merchandise that has just arrived here at not only Magic Kingdom, but also at just Walt Disney World Resort. So all the products I'm showing you, you can they essentially all can be found throughout the parks here at Walt Disney World. So I guess now for this next piece of merchandise, everyone's favorite, some Mickey ear headbands, of course, themed to Halloween, which, is kind of awesome, especially with these awesome orange colors, which are super in theme with the season. Now, for this next piece of merchandise, though, and this is actually in celebration of Hocus Pocus and its 25th anniversary, which Walt Disney World is celebrating with these three T-shirts that are actually essentially replications of the costumes worn by the Sanderson sisters. I don't know about you, but these are actually incredibly close replications, and to put on a T-shirt, honestly, it's just so awesome, and I think it only speaks true to how popular that film was. And for any Disney fan, I mean, oh my goodness, it's such an iconic Disney film that celebrates the Halloween season. And it's funny, I actually remember watching that growing up and being a little fearful of a few scenes, but that's old news. But anyway, back to the merchandise. So yeah, we've got a bunch of T-shirts, we've got these awesome light up necklaces, we've got socks. I mean, there's so many different offerings here at Walt Disney World, and again, like I said, all of these products can be found throughout Walt Disney World. So even if you are maybe an Orlando local who doesn't have a Disney pass, I know all of this merchandise that I'm showing you right now can actually be found at the Marketplace Co-op in Disney Springs. It's all available right now. So if you don't have a theme park pass, do not fret, because you can see all of these items there and you can purchase them all there as well. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a look at some of the merchandise that's come here to Magic Kingdom for the Halloween season. Now, all of this merchandise also can be purchased whenever, so even if you are attending just Mickey's Not So Scary, it will be available then, of course, as well. So yeah, I wanted to give you guys a quick look at some of this awesome merchandise. Now, it features, of course, everyone's favorite Mickey, Donald, some actually feature Goofy, Minnie Mouse, and it's just, fun Halloween merchandise that I think everyone will love. For my next stop, I am now at the entrance to Adventureland here in Magic Kingdom to give you guys a look at what is believed and not confirmed to be, but kind of what everyone thinks to be, the coming Club 33 here at Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom. And for those of you who are not familiar with Club 33, it's essentially this private club located within the Disney parks, and it's generally a hidden location that's not open to the public. And there's a Club 33 in Disneyland, which is actually where the first Club 33 was ever located. And then there are also locations in Tokyo Disneyland and Shanghai Disneyland as well. And to kind of give you guys some backstory on this specific spot that I'm showing you, now it was first announced last year that this exclusive club would be coming to Walt Disney World. And as part of this announcement, it was said that each of the Walt Disney World parks, all four of them, would be receiving an individual Club 33 location. So essentially, it is, though, believed to be here in Adventureland, this spot right here, that this will be the Club 33 here in Magic Kingdom. And just some history of this club and its origin. I mean, this goes back all the way to Walt Disney himself back in the 1960s, and he had this desire to have this elite VIP lounge. And during the construction of New Orleans Square in Disneyland, this was when he first made sure to have special plans for essentially what is now the Club 33 there. And that, of course, is the first location. And then after that, it did go to Tokyo Disneyland and then Shanghai Disneyland, and now here at Walt Disney World. And I will say, now, when I say the word elite, I mean this as a sense that, this club is quite expensive to be a part of. Now, none of the numbers I'm about to say to you are confirmed specifically by anyone, but it is believed that a cost for just an individual fee to join the club can be about $25,000, and this does not include annual dues, which are said to be an additional $10,000 to $15,000 per year. So just from these figures alone, you can tell that this is a pretty elite and expensive club to be a part of. And of course, I will say that does kind of go back to what Walt Disney had intended during its creation, it being this elite club, VIP meant to only be accessed by a smaller group of people. And I will say at that price range, you will definitely only be seeing, a smaller group of people probably, anyone who can actually take on that expense that is not only, for that first time initial fee, but then also an annual fee after that. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a look at the construction of this area. There's a bridge here now, and so they're definitely going through the works here to get this area done. They have these walls up as well to kind of hide some of the construction going on, but they're definitely, they're working through it, and I think that hopefully this area will see some more improvement in the next coming months. Because I personally myself am kind of curious to see what this building will actually look like when it's done. I'm sure it'll, just kind of fade into the rest of Adventureland, as the Club 33 locations are meant to be more incognito and not necessarily super definable. But I am curious to see what happens in this area, and I did want to stop just to give you guys a brief look at what's going on in this area currently. For my next stop, I just had to talk about these because I kind of stumbled upon these just by accident, literally just looking around the park on my way around Magic Kingdom. But essentially, these are these brand new Day of the Dead inspired ears, which were just released last week here at Walt Disney World. For those of you who are familiar with Disney Pixar's Coco, this kind of is in line with that, as it's meant to celebrate the Dia de los Muertos festivities, the actual holiday in Mexico. And they're just these fun new ears, and they're really colorful. They feature bold and vibrant florals, which are actually an icon of the Dia de los Muertos festivities. And they also feature a bow done in papel picado, which, for those of you who don't know what that is, that's actually a typical Mexican art and paper craft. And it's kind of when you essentially take, whether it be paper or a type of material, and you cut intricate and like really just pretty designs into it, which you can kind of tell looking at the bow that is essentially what happened. And these are super anticipated new ears that have just become available here at Walt Disney World. And if you actually go to the Mexico Pavilion at Epcot, you can also find additional Dia de los Muertos inspired merchandise as well. So, I think this is actually a really cool thing. Now, of course, this, I don't know if anyone remembers the Millennial Pink ears and the Rose Gold ears. I'm sure these ears will be selling out super quick. So if you are interested in getting your own pair of these, please be sure to head over here soon. It's funny because when I came in the park this morning, I had stopped in the Emporium, but it's funny because I did ask about these ears specifically, and I was told that they've been selling out, I guess, every single day the park is open. So it's funny to me that as I came over here into Adventureland, I was able to find a pair of them. Well, obviously, you can tell there's not many here, but so definitely if you are looking for these ears, they are here, and they are very, very cool. For my next stop, which I'm so excited about, I am now at Prince Eric's Village Market to give you guys a look at the brand new Mermaid Donut. And for those of you who don't know, this donut was just announced last week on the Disney Parks blog. And essentially, they are these delicious little donuts inspired by The Little Mermaid. And they're available right across the way from Ariel's Grotto and the Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid ride, which of course is where Eric's Village Market is located. And now, as I'm filming this, I have to say I did already eat this donut, and it is delicious. It comes served cold. the physical donut, and it's very sweet. It's not overly sweet. It's just like a delicious glazed donut with a nice sweet topping of icing. And then the little decorations you see, they're actually made of white chocolate, which kind of only adds to the deliciousness of this donut. Now, this donut, it does go for $4.99, which I will say is a little steep for just a single donut, but I will say it was very good. And honestly, I don't think this will be my last one. But yeah, I had to show you guys and stop here to give you guys a look at this brand new donut that has just arrived at Magic Kingdom. Now, a little bit ago, I believe earlier this month, a mermaid cupcake did arrive at the Main Street Bakery here at Magic Kingdom as well. So I think I'd like to. I'm assuming that Walt Disney World kind of just from the popularity of that cupcake kept in with that theme and created this donut as well. But I have to say, I am not disappointed with this new edition. And if anything, I recommend at least trying it once just to kind of experience the craze, because you will not be disappointed. It is a very delicious treat. For my next stop, you can probably tell I am now at the Walt Disney World Railroad here in Magic Kingdom, and I just want to give you guys an update on some news that did recently break about the coming Tron ride and its effects on Walt Disney World Railroad. And so to put it plainly, the Walt Disney World Railroad will be coming to a stop temporarily at the end of this year. The railroad will be parked at Main Street Station, and here guests will be able to take an up-close look at the train, and they'll be able to take advantage of rare photo opportunities as well while it is at a halt. Now, of course, this is probably because of the construction of Tron. Now, these attractions are in very close proximity to one another, so it makes sense. And of course, it is unfortunate for those who enjoy riding the Walt Disney World Railroad, but again, it is only a temporary closure, so hopefully it won't be for too long. And some other news that also came out of this announcement by Disney was that the Tomorrowland Speedway would also be closing down as well for a short period of time. Now, this won't be till 2019. They didn't give a specific date range within 2019, but sometime next year. And during this temporary closure, the attractions track will simply just be adjusted, and then it will be reopened the same year. So this, it will be a little bit later than the Walt Disney World Railroad, I guess maybe to keep the attractions closed at different times, hopefully. I don't, again, know if they will overlap or not, just because it has not been announced by Disney yet. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a look for these two attractions, especially if you are someone who looks to experience either of these attractions when you are coming here. Besides this, there really is no new news that has come out of the coming Tron attraction. As of yet, it is still supposed to open in 2021, and if you look, this new sign has been put in place to kind of bring hype to the new coming attraction. This was actually also installed right at the same time as the break of this news. But besides that, that really is it. There hasn't been any more information on this attraction. But of course, as more news and updates come out of this area, I will be sure to keep you guys informed. But as of current, this is the current status of the coming Tron attraction here at Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom. For my next stop, you guys can probably tell I am no longer in Magic Kingdom, and I am actually in Epcot, giving you guys a view of one of the coming kiosks to the 2018 Epcot International Food and Wine Festival, which at this point is only days away. It's actually kicking off on August 30th, and you can kind of see that Disney is definitely getting ready for this amazing upcoming festival. I know these kiosks just appeared in the park only a few weeks ago, and today as I was walking around, I actually saw a bunch of chefs and also different employees kind of cramming around these kiosks, getting inside them, and I guess getting them in order for operation for this big festival, which is, again, only days away. And for those of you who I guess, are interested in this year's festival, this year is definitely a year to look out for. The festival this year includes more food options than ever before. It also includes more merchandise, and it's just, if you've never experienced it, it is definitely something to experience. I know last year, for the first time ever, the festival started at the end of August, and they are kind of continuing that tradition this year as well. Last year was the 31st, and this year it is the 30th. And essentially, that was for those people who were down here on vacation with their kids for summer vacation, who unfortunately did have to go back prior to the opening of the festival, which for the most part, it used to always be mid-September. And so they extended it earlier a few weeks to kind of make up for that time that people just weren't able to be here, which is nice for those people. I mean, I personally would I think that's actually really cool that they did that, and it's kind of also similar to what Disney did with the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party this year. But anyway, for anyone who's not experienced this, you definitely want to take a few days to experience this, just because there really is so much to do, and you honestly need a few stomachs to take in all of the delicious food that is found around the World Showcase here in Epcot for this festival. And I mean, and this doesn't even include what's available in the Festival Center, where guests can experience live demos with culinary chefs, beverage seminars, and other food and beverage pairings as well. I mean, they really have something for everyone at this festival, and I think for everyone, if you are interested, definitely check it out. Even if you're not a self-proclaimed foodie, I personally am not very inept with food and wine pairings, but I really feel like I learned a lot even just last year, and I'm curious what I can experience at this year's festival as well. And for anyone who's looking for more information on this year's festival, be sure to head over to our website at insidethemagic.net. We have a look at some exclusive merchandise coming to this year's festival, and also a preview of this year's food as well. So definitely be sure to check all that information out, especially if you're someone who is curious for this year's festival happenings. For my next stop, I am now at the American Heritage Gallery here in the American Pavilion at Epcot World Showcase to give you guys a look at this brand new exhibit that actually opened just earlier this month, that essentially was created to give Walt Disney World guests an opportunity to check out some amazing American Indian art. And specifically, this brand new exhibit actually showcases over 89 pieces of American Indian art, and collectively all the pieces represent 40 different American Indian tribes from over 7 geographic regions across the United States. So, I mean, this is a very inclusive exhibit for American Indian arts, and it definitely highlights so many different regions as well, all within this one exhibit, which I do think is really awesome. And from this collection, just a few highlights include an ancient Renaissance dress by a famous designer Lauren Aragon, a Chilkat blanket from Alaska dating back to the 1890s, and also a black hamper basket from the early 1900s. So this whole exhibit is just full of so much culture and rich heritage, and I think if anything, this edition, it only celebrates what Epcot is all about, which is the displaying of cultures from around the world, and to educate guests of what can be found outside of our own countries. And of course, specifically in this case, what also can be found within our own country here in America. If you are an American citizen, I know this channel is broadcasted obviously around the world on YouTube, so everyone can see it anywhere. But yeah, so of course I understand now this exhibit isn't something necessarily maybe everyone makes a huge effort to come and see when visiting Epcot. As I understand, Frozen and Test Track and a few other attractions might seem more appealing in some sense, but I do think if you have some extra time and you are in the American Pavilion, I do recommend checking this out, because you really will see some really cool things. And this exhibit also features videos and also other animated displays that are also very informative and engaging, and they kind of help really immerse you in American Indian art history. And I think this exhibit does a really good job of that. So if you are over here, be sure to check this exhibit out. one last thing I had to do today before I left the parks was take you guys on a fun little attraction break here at Epcot. And so now please join me as I go on Journey into Imagination with Figment.
Chairman of the Imagination Institute. Hello. On your tour, you'll see how the 5 human senses can help capture your imagination.
Oh, can I go too?
Absolutely not. This is one of our discoveries, the figment of imagination.
Yeah, and I know all about the senses. There's sight, sound, smell, touch, coochie-coochie-coo, and taste. Thoughts can start appearing, and each of us imagines different things. From just the sound, your mind has wings.
Continuing now, if I may, in a calm, scientific, figment-free manner, the things we see with our eyes can control the eyes of the imagination. Let's begin by using the eye chart to test the theory.
Sure, you can see with your eyes, but imagine what you could see if you used your imagination. Follow the bouncing figment. One spark of light can light your fancy. Your mind sees more than what your eyes see. Anything can happen. It's a good time to use your imagination, so let the good times roll. Woohoo! You win 1 cent.
Don't!
Oh,
That really stinks!
of inspiration, I made my house an innovation. Imagination really clowns around. Makes downside up and upside down. Come on in. So, what do you think? Is it me?
More than you can imagine. Imagination is just turning your thinking upside down. Come on, it's time to get back to the Institute.
I know a shortcut.
Join up. We all have sparks.
Imagination. That's how our minds.
So, as you can plainly see, imagination works the best when it's set free.
You said it, Doc. Imagination is a blast. Imagination. A dream can be a dream come true.
Right at the start of everything that's new. One little spark lights up for you. And now we invite you to set your imaginations free in the image works.
Hooray!
As you can tell, I am now at the front of Epcot, giving you guys a view of the Spaceship Earth attraction here at Epcot. I am now signing off of this week's Inside Walt Disney World. Thank you again so much for joining me on this week's roundup. If you could, please comment below any thoughts or opinions you had on any of the updates from this week's episode. What are your thoughts on the coming Epcot Food and Wine Festival to Epcot? Are you excited to try all the different food and beverages to this year's experience? What are your thoughts on the closure of the Walt Disney World Railroad for the coming Tron attraction? If you have any thoughts or opinions, please comment them below, and we would love to talk and discuss with you all of these thoughts. And again, if you are new to this channel, or if you just haven't already, please be sure to subscribe and enable your notifications to keep up with all of our upcoming videos that are related to Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Universal Studios Florida, and Hollywood, and even more theme parks around the world. Again, I am Sean Spazzato with Inside the Magic. See you guys next time.